Noga kuto tabura, vura, akuna ma public toilet, akuna ma storage, ongo namba attitude.
Deep fair, deep fair, Mugabe tsa. Robert Mugabe International Airport in honor of Mr. Robert Gabriel Mugabe, former president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. At that time, at that material time, the Youth League, led by Kudzai Chipanga, fiercely advocated for the change of the name and subsequently forced the name down the throat of the entire nation. You know that story? Yes. As war veterans of the liberation struggle, we no longer believe that Mr. Robert Mugabe deserves such an honor and the respect which go hand in glove with the legitimate and the legal de jure recognition that should be accorded to someone who has deliberately, negligently, and knowingly taken a betrayal stance and only likened to the blood dripping sellout of Maurice Nyati. His open hostility to the war veterans, his insatiated appetite to demolish a once successful thriving economy, his lack of apathy and sympathy to the sanction ravaged Zimbabweans justify our petition to withdraw that name forthwith. Presently, the offer given to him by Operation Restore Legacy, which is a subsisting intention meant to recoup his tattered history littered with the obscenities of betrayal, was never reciprocated by warm acceptance. This is a classic example of a relationship that is irretrievably broken down with irreconcilable differences and the irredeemable state. He is penchant to ignore best advice in pursuit of egoistic posture has had a devastating cost to the party's NPF and the country at large. The original agreement that the party will and shall remain perpetually alive, whilst individuals who stray from the party line should be left by the wayside should be adopted. The new dispensation is ushered in democratic freedom for one to choose who Mr. Mugabe wanted to associate with, and his choice was nakedly and brazenly demonstrated when he chose of an unholy matrimony with MDC Alliance. His desire to create Mugabe dynasty has no ideological resonance with the original ZANU-PF. Judiciously guided by an acceptable old adage that you must be respectable if you will be respected, gives us ample justification to withdraw his name, lest we will be painted with the same brush of political renegades and unrepentant opportunists. His adamance and blatant obstinacy show not even the remotest speck of contrition. He has exhibited the worst qualities of leadership by demonstrating poor integrity, lack of adaptability, myopic vision, and despicable loss of accountability. Worsening his weakness in his exaggerated ego, which falls within the armpit of the know-alls, which Comrade Mao Zedong termed the most ridiculous people in the world. The name Robert Gabriel Mugabe, will forever be remembered for a leader who abandoned the sheep as a shepherd who handed over the flock to the ravenous wolves, a commander who sacrificed his soldiers on the altar for political expedience. The first port of call to any international airport must evoke confidence to any would-be investor or tourist rather than to be greeted by a name notoriously associated with the dictatorship, oppression, and repression. Last but not least, he proved to be a political abortionist who allowed the usurpation of his presidency, presidency to clueless wife, leading an uncouth faction. Propelled by the desire to portray the image of Zimbabwe in a good light, the historical and the future leaders of ZANU-PF in Zimbabwe, we humbly and honestly present our petition. We present our petition to have the airport name changed. I thank you.